Take a risk. Never play safe. Stepping back into that fire, you'll find satisfaction. Fitness is a fantastic starting point for individuals that want to be successful. You will do whatever it takes to be the best. You will sacrifice your life. Builds up self-belief. It doesn't matter who you're against, you just refuse to give up. And that's where the true power lies. I think the biggest blessing I had was that I was stupid at school. Well, that sounds really odd, yeah? And you know what, I loved the feeling of being successful, but I'm not successful at anything now. I didn't do anything at school really when I was younger because I was always focused on cricket and so on. I needed an escapism. I really needed an escapism. I needed to find myself again. I needed to create something. Trying to find light at the end of a very dark tunnel. It was difficult, and I'm stubborn, so I won't listen to people. So I had to find that myself. No matter how dark that place may be, there's always a way out. Just got to keep going.
And that made you who you are today.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that definitely taught me a lot from a young age. And just that, don't allow yourself a switch off button. I think athletes, anyone that does sports at a good level has that. They have that ability to not quit. And that's the key to success in life. Never giving up, in my opinion. Never giving up. No matter what it is you do, if you give up, you're never going to be successful. I don't think you're ever successful at your first try. I'm sure there's stuff you've done where you failed, and you just keep coming back, and all of a sudden, boom, it's worked. Anything in life, I think you've got to accept that you're going to have tough times, and it's never going to be simple. And having that inner ability to zone into that spot, into that place, is I think it's crucial. I needed to feel good at something as well. I knew I could drill. I'd have been awesome in the army. You give me direction, I'll follow it. I would have been fantastic at that. And when I really sort of looked into bodybuilding and understood it, it was like, right, I can do this, I can change myself, and I can create something that I can feel proud of again. It made me really understand the importance of staying on track and just being, I don't know, I suppose, how to handle pressures in life. I'm a massive believer that I have so many friends who are so educated and get stuck in the system. They're comfortable earning 35, 40, 50,000 a year, and then they get stuck. And they can't break out because they've got a mortgage, they've got a kid, they've got this, they've got that. I never had that. When I gambled, it wouldn't have mattered if I lost. I was earning cash as a personal trainer and so on. I was doing bits and pieces of bodyguard work. It wouldn't have changed. I gambled and it worked, because I never had that comfort, that regular 35, 40, 50,000 income, that safety net. And I think people get stuck being safe, and it scares them to gamble. Whereas I was just, I will gamble. I wouldn't say I've changed really as a person. I was extremely hungry, and I couldn't get the love for being in that classroom and office-based. I always felt like there was something I should be doing that I wasn't doing. So when I was young, I loved the fitness side. I was a sports coach and I had that energy and that urge and that sense of failure that I never got there. So I was always trying to make up for that, if that made sense. So when I was training, I never had a goal, but I knew I had to train because there was something I should be doing. And it's such it's like a weird, it's a hard thing to try and explain. I just knew there was something around the corner because I've no shadow of doubt the reason I'm successful today is because I'm so different looking. So by having that, I suppose by having the balls to step out the comfort zone and become different, but for me, that gamble of trying to reinvent myself, trying to make myself unique, trying to create something very different. I think people should be unique. I think people should have the balls to be who they want to be. 100%. I'm always confident that I'm going to win. I think, just like that stubbornness. I never, ever wanted to lose. If you're not trying to be the best at it, don't do it. Do something else that you are. And that's always been my philosophy. It's like, if I'm not going to be the best at doing something, I don't want to do it because I don't want to be second best. I'd rather pass that by. That's why I start and stop a lot of things. I'll start it, I'm like, I'm not very good at that, I'm going to do something else. And I'll find something I am good at and give it 100%. Because I think that's why I always trained, because I knew there was something I could do, I just wasn't sure what it was. And I think having that, I was very lucky as well because the fitness industry spiked at the right time for me. I really caught the wave. It just was perfect at the right time and I was very fortunate. But I think a lot of successful people are fortunate. You've just got to be that, you've got to be in the right place at the right time and have the right mentality not to give in and just keep going, keep going, keep going.
And you feed off negative energy.
Yeah, I love it.
Talk about that.
Oh, I love it. I don't know why, I'm just weird. If people put me down or people try and, it just gives me so much more motivation to, I love it when people tell me I can't or I won't or I'm this or I'm that.
Which happens a lot.
Not so much now, which is frustrating.
You want it back.
Yeah, I love it when people doubt me or put me down or are negative towards me, because it reminds me that, you know what, you're a very vulnerable person, you're on your own, you've got to fight. You've got to fight, otherwise you fall. And it's as simple as that. I just want to keep going up and up and up. And it's nothing about money at all, it's just energy. The feel, I can't even explain the sort of, the energy that goes through me when I'm successful at something and I feel like I'm winning. It's just the most amazing feeling in the world. And it's like a drug, I suppose. And I think that's what the negative energy allows me to, when I'm successful, when someone's been negative, it allows me to win. So if you put me down and I prove you wrong, I've won. And it's just that feeling of satisfaction. I love it. And I think everyone has different energy systems. And I bounce really well off good people. So my close circle, every single person in my close circle is very successful at what they do. One of my best friends is Eddie Hall, strongman. We get on so well and we have so much in common. And when I'm around him, I feel like I'm really drive harder and want more. And it allows you to use their energy and push forward. So I do think selection of friends is very important, especially when you're going through periods of your life when you're vulnerable and you can be influenced very easily, especially in today's society. You know, money's hard to find and life's difficult and everyone wants the next new car, the next big house, the next this, the next that, and it's not always easy to get. So it's trying to find that moral compass and direction. But it was never enough, there's always something else. And I just remember thinking, I should get into the film business. And that was it.
And that was it?
That was it, yeah.